For the first few hours of Tears of the Kingdom, remember, you don't have a glider. Don't let this be you. When you first get to the surface, you might think you have to climb these. You don't. Don't let this be you. Or do. I don't tell you how to live. In Breath of the Wild, Bokoblin Arms were pretty useless. Low attack, plus almost no durability. Not in Tears of the Kingdom, though. Look at that attack. Fuse one to a weapon and you'll get 4 or 5 solid hits that can one-shot little guys before it breaks. So fuse an arm to something and get to smacking. If you visit Tears of the Kingdom's Ultra Ball Hall early on, there's a ton of new Zonai devices you may not have seen yet. You probably don't need to hear this, but if you're not 100% sure what a part does, watch your button presses, or else... Ironically, Tears of the Kingdom's recall ability is very easy to forget about. But if this has ever happened to you, you'll love being able to do this. Don't lose your stuff! In Tears of the Kingdom quest, A Call from the Depths, you're tasked with finding stone eyes by chasm entrances, throwing them in, and returning them to this statue. However, if you throw all of the eyes in before entering a chasm, only the most recent of the eyes you've thrown in will still be there. And you'll have to go throw them all in again. This may be fixed in a future update, but for now, save yourself the pain and follow each eye in. Also, I recommend unlocking Jinnadok's Shrine to make this quest way easier. Don't lose your valuable time. Now what? Option 1, arrows. Yawn. Option 2, ascend. Way cooler in my humble opinion. But what about 2s and 3s? Ascend doesn't reach high enough. So, you need option 3, recall. Easily the coolest. Don't forget the fuse. Harness Tears of the Kingdom's ultimate power. Bees! Bokos hate this one simple trick. With bees, you can absolutely dominate. You know what? Bees kind of suck. Forget I said anything. Just one more way to get around on water. If you have a frost emitter, sapphire fusion, or ice fruit, you have a bridge, albeit a temporary one. If you can't swim or build a fan boat for some reason anyway. No steering stick? No problem. Just shift your weight on the Zonai wing to stabilize and steer. Landing can be a bit tricky though, so be ready to jump. In Tears of the Kingdom side adventure, Ruffian Infested Village, you clear the pirate monster forces from Lurelin Village. After you clear the ship though, you might wander around all over town trying to find the one last little jerk. The jerk in question is probably in this well. Get him! Once you have all of Tears of the Kingdom's glide armor set, upgrade it to at least 2 stars ASAP. So you can do this. Don't let a little fall from orbit stop you. Out of arrows and need dragon parts? You've got options. If you can hit it, you can get it. Stall enemies are more annoying than dangerous, but if you're tired of chasing their heads around, get a Forest Dweller weapon, fuse a Dazzlefruit to it, and one-shot whole groups of stalls. Plus, it's reusable. No runway? No problem. You've got options for launching Zonai wings. 1. Balloon. Gain altitude fast. 2. Ultra Hand plus Recall. Drop and hop. And then, of course, there's the more obvious ones. 3. Rockets. The brute force method. And 4. Cart. Makeshift landing gear. Regular Chuchu Jelly is common, but far from useless. It's a great water power option for the early game. And just like in Breath of the Wild, you can convert any Chuchu Jelly to any other kind. No such thing as useless in Tears of the Kingdom, except Zonai lights maybe. It took me over 100 hours to realize surface shrines and Lightroots are connected. The Lightroot names are just the shrine names backwards. And if you're missing a shrine, you can bet you'll find one above a Lightroot you've found, and vice versa. Find those last few shrines easily, at least on the surface. In the floating Coliseum, in the depths under the Coliseum ruins, you'll face Gloom Lynels, each type of them. Just remember, the Silver Lynel is not the last one. If you do what I did, stumble onto this overconfident, unprepared, and a bit reckless, you'll end up in a situation where you can't heal and can't take a hit. And if you're too stubborn to fast travel or summon, you'll see this a lot.
I am Melania, Blade of the Nicola, and I have never known defeat.
Don't let this be you. I did eventually get him without summons or travel, just saying. If a ceiling is too high for Ascend to reach, pull out and activate a Hoverstone, lift it as high as you can with Ultra Hand, and ascend through that first. This is how not to fight a Gleeok. 1. Disrespect the Gleeok. 2. Rush in underleveled. 3. Cross the streams. 4. Shoot wildly without really aiming. 5. Stand close when it beats its wings. Don't let this be you. Do you miss Revali's Gale from Breath of the Wild? Of course, we all do. But with consumables, you've got it in Tears of the Kingdom. Pull out a Zonai rocket, fuse it to a shield, use a Zonite shield for extra height. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. It does wear hard on your shield, though. In Breath of the Wild, bows with the burst ability fire 3 or 5 arrows and only consume 1. Bows in Tears of the Kingdom are the same, but when you fuse, you shoot up to 5 projectiles, and it only uses 1 of the consumables. 5 bombs for the price of 1. Amazing for cheesing bosses, by the way. Thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed our Tears of the Kingdom PSAs. Let us know in the comments if there's anything else you want to see covered. And if you haven't already, do the things.